afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this semi-final between Nefarious and Armageddon. This is Game 3, the deciding match. This will decide who progresses straight into the grand final and who will be relegated to the losers bracket to play that extra game against Luzern. And I have to say, many congrats to Armageddon for that last victory. I honestly thought that the way it was shaping up at the beginning, Nefarious was going to have a clean sweep, but not to be. This is going to be the deciding game here on a map that I've never seen before. I believe it's called Sleipnir, and I don't know if the players have played it that much before either. You can see the amount of neutral civilians. I do like the way they say neutral. They basically means they shoot at everybody. It's not like the Swiss in World War II. They will just kill anybody who come past it. So, but you see lots and lots of T1 and T2 point defense littered about the place. Pretty serious stuff in the middle. We've got T3 power gens, T3 shield gens, and you got triads down here, and a little bit of gamesmanship going on in the text. You can see that I'm going to rush T2, I'm going to kill you. So nice to see the spirit of competition is very much alive here. But I really hope you guys have been enjoying the series. I certainly have. It's made for some interesting play, and don't forget, guys, this is the IMBA Cup. This is Luzern's baby. He's current tournament director of this. He's done a fantastic job, I do believe. But do get in touch with Gowley or Zepp if you guys are interested in hosting tournaments. There is a page on the forum for it, but we could always do with more tournaments. I could always certainly do with more games to cast. So yeah, do crack on that, guys. If you think you'd make a good tournament director, just let them know. Pop a post on the forums or send them a PM or something. But you could see immediately that early scout getting taken out for Nefarious. So you'd imagine they're just not very aware of the layout of this map. I mean, you can see if you've got their view, you've got no real idea that there are civs on this map unless you played it before. I mean, these roads that you see basically would give you some idea. Obviously, he caught sight of that as he was open fired upon, so he wouldn't have seen that at the beginning. But yeah, it's certainly a different one. I'm going to have to give this one a try. And I like these sort of walled off sections as well. They lead you to think you might be able to come and nick some of this mass, but you will lose your engineer if you try and do it that quickly. Once again, T1 bomber out early for Armageddon. Not quite as early though. He's got a few other things up first. You can see he's got 2 T1 land factories and a bunch of engineers, so didn't go straight for land factory. I'm not quite sure what Armageddon's referring to there. Nice pickup on the engineer kill there for Armageddon, so Armageddon definitely making that T1 bomber pay dividends for him. And Nefarious complaining about the reclaim bombing again. I always think players are much more likely to lose out to things like that when they're playing on a map that they're not familiar with. Lots of engineers going down for Nefarious. That's a huge blow at this stage of the game. 4 engineers, very, very costly. Finally, Nefarious has an inti out to deal with that bomber, but that bomber's definitely paid for itself. Now we've got some T1 tanks coming in to take out this. Some nice early repayment here for those engineers. Did look like they thought they could go up there, those T1 tanks for Armageddon for a minute there, but realised that that was just a strange floral fungal feature of this map, and it wasn't actually a route, but nevertheless nearly picking up a kill there with his T1 artillery, but not quite quick enough off the draw. Nefarious just managing to remove them before they got in too much danger. Inti somehow manages to gain the better of that one there. It's a nice micro, I think, from Nefarious, managed to make that happen. And Armageddon electing to move his commander forward into this little section here. He's producing some extra land factories. Of course, always helps speed up the reinforcement of opposing troops. And you can see Nefarious electing to bring his commander down very, very quickly on this left-hand side. And Armageddon looking a little bit exposed. Still sending, although Nefarious has almost nothing in the form of defense now. And unless he gets lucky on a cycle of production and a lot more tanks come out quickly, he could be in real trouble here. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of things, Nefarious being so aggressive, that's lulled, well, lulled, but feeling slightly perturbed about losing that last game after his aggressive start that he went for. but he doesn't have a lot of stuff here. He needs to be careful. He doesn't want to get swamped by all of this T1 artillery and tanks, and now he's completely isolated and in enemy territory with Armageddon's commander bearing down on him. And dear Nefarious, that is very unfortunate. Is he going to lose right here? He has no way out. He has to. And that is going to be a very quick, very convincing win for Armageddon. Really surprising. I honestly, I put that down to not knowing the map. You know, not having scouting information, not knowing the map. It's, yeah, what a very, I think it's even quicker than game one. That game ended in 7 minutes, 21 seconds game time. So, however well Nefarious did in that first game, he, yeah, showed that it can happen just as easily to him if you make a wrong move. That's far too aggressive. And Armageddon, very nicely, brings his commander back, recognized the danger, and you know, even if he'd got out there, it looks like Nefarious would have been on the back foot. You can see these units that have strafed straight through the base, taken out these 2 mass points. Would have, what have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3 medium tanks versus a whole. But yeah, definitely would have taken out that hydrocarbon, which really would have left Nefarious in a very flat position indeed. So, to be honest, it wasn't looking good all round there for Nefarious, but very well played Armageddon. He progresses into the grand final, and it's going to be Nefarious versus Lu Sun. So the Nefarious, the guy who we really don't know who it is, finally loses a match, but he's still in the tournament. That's the main thing. And it's going to be very exciting to see who wins that match between Lu Sun and Nefarious, but you can catch all that action right here. But for now, I'm Guile. Thank you for joining me, and this is me signing out.